Alright, so welcome back. This is Mantis Zero, and you are watching Game Gogakuen. So last time we looked at some videos and took some screenshots in PCSX2, and I've got those examples of the images we made last time for cards, and just to refresh your memory. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the images. I've got 34 left, and hopefully we can get through them all today, and if we do, then I'll try to do some more video captures and more card editing. So I know this isn't the most exciting channel, but uh, other than playing games, you're learning new stuff for yourself to use in Japanese, so that's always fun. So even though it may not be the most fun thing at the moment, it does have its rewards, and it is nice to be able to play a game in Japanese once you get better at it. But as you can see, even I have words that I need to look up, and I've been studying Japanese for 10 years. So there's always new things to learn, and if you aren't living in the culture, uh, you'll need to come across things in your own way like I do here. So anyway, so here the old man is talking to Ricardo. I'm pretty sure I don't have this one. Ricardo. Sorry, the light here is different than usual. Okay, how's that? Watakushi. And Team Killer, you had just messaged me about this one, and I got your message, so thank you. You said that your professor used Watakushi when he visited your university, so I think that kind of proves that it's a very teine na iikata. It's used in very polite, for using in polite situations. So, aratamatta bamen. So, formal scenarios is when it's used. So thank you for your input. Alright, so let's see if this omae wa watashi de wa nakatta. Omae wa watashi de wa nakatta. So this is saying you were not me. So maybe they were supposed to be the same. Maybe they were the clones. Daga, ima shibashi omae no azoto o yakudate yo. But for now, let me make use of your Azoth. So Ricardo has Azoth. So this Azoth must not be what I thought it was, which was like a female egg or something. It must just be a life force or something, because he takes Ricardo's Azoth by making out with him, it looks like. But he's probably just sucking out his life force like they do sometimes in Japanese anime. So I know I have this card, so let's look that up. Yakudate yo. Ima shibashi omae no azoto o yakudate yo. So yakudateru is the word that I wanted to learn, and that means mokuteki ni au you ni hatarakaseru. So to make something work for meeting an aim or a goal. Yuko ni tsukau, to use effectively. Yeah, thank you. Yuko ni tsukau, to have an effect, yeah. Now I don't have an image, so let's do that. What image do I want? Now I'm not going to use this sentence, the Ricardo omae wa watashi de wa nakatta. So you were not me. I'm not going to use that one because it's pretty basic and it's kind of just confusing in general, because you would never say that in real life unless you are living with a clone, and I don't think you are. So let's use this one. let me make use of your Azoth. Get a little bit closer here. Alright, let's see how that looks. Alright. A little creepy, but... Alright, so save is S. I should have just pressed S, but I did not. So 5952. I should actually delete all those things in there, huh? Let me do that. Delete. And now 5952. Let me do that again. Okay, 5952. There it is. Okay. 今しばしお前のazotを役立てよう。しばし. Let's look that one up just because I'm not real sure what that means. I think it means for the time being, like しばらく。ちょっとの間、しばらく。Yeah, okay. 現代では多く文章語として用いる。So, in modern times, it is used as a written word. Meaning ちょっとの間. Okay. Let's keep going. We did that one. He makes out with him. 誰? Who? フィオナ。リカルドのやつにひどい目に遭わされたな。That Ricardo guy was made to meet with a cruel situation. Now this me here literally means eye, like the eye in your head, but it kind of means like he met with a cruel, like a scene or a situation or a time. He met a cruel time. So that Ricardo guy, Yatsu's guy, ひどい目に遭わされたな. And like we saw before, 遭う with this kanji means to meet with an unfavorable situation. So I don't think I have a card for this one. So I'll just double check that. リカル、ひどい目。ひどい目. Okay, I do not have a card, so I'm going to make one. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, Team Killer, I'm going to refresh this. Okay, you're still here. Thank you. By the way, I heard you say in a message that you are from Germany, and so now I understand if you don't feel comfortable talking in the chat room, that's totally fine. But I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the stream, and I'm sorry that it starts at midnight your time. I wish I could start sooner, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to get to the computer any sooner than this due to the flexibility of my work schedule, or the unpredictability of my work schedule, I should say. So, moving on. リカルドのやつにひどい目に遭わされたな。So this one could be a complicated word here because the base word is out, and awareru means to have met in a passive sense. Awasareta means, the sa means it was made to happen to him passively. So he was made to be passive. He was made to be passively meeting. So he was made to have met a cruel thing, a cruel situation, a cruel scene, a cruel time. I'm not sure how to translate that because we don't really say it with the word I in English. So okay, add the tag here, and then Add the Japanese. And go back to close. カルロのやつにひどい目に遭わされたな。Yeah, why don't we figure out what this man means? I mean, I think I know what it means, but you can never be sure until you look it up in a dictionary. Well, let's see. Meh. Probably one of the first words you learn in Japanese, but can you use it like it is here? I don't know if I would naturally come up with this. So I want to increase my active vocabulary. Let's see. Okay, I'm just trying to find this expression, 目に合う. Ah, here we go. Here it is. 目に合う. 良くないことを体験する。難儀する。散々な目に合う。難儀 I think? I don't know. 良くないことを体験する. So 体験 is to personally experience something. And I'll have to look up this other word. 体験する. So let's look this up. Nangi, what is that? Nangi, 苦しむこと. Kuro. So kuro, so suffering. And it's nangi. Okay. Kuro suru. And we're going to try for an English meaning. I'll just translate it to. Well, see, this definition is for this whole phrase, mani awasareta. So let's do that. Awasareta. So this will make it a little bit more difficult, but alright. We'll put a little hint in here. The second character is ni. So me ni awasareta no. Sareta na. And this whole thing, not just the me, because to just translate this me and quiz you on that is a little bit obscure. So we'll put it in a phrase that it's used in. Me ni au. So to meet, to experience misfortune. To experience a misfortunate thing. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let's find an image here. Alright, looks like I didn't get one without subtitles, so I'll just have to use this one. So we'll have to cut off his feet a little bit. Zero zero 43. There we go. Okay, how's that? We'll keep going. あいつはウーゴと違って出来損ないだった。あいつ means that guy. It's not a very nice way of saying that. But あいつはウーゴと違って different from Hugo or Ugo. He was a no good, never be good, never do well. I don't know if that's the right way to say that in English, but 出来損ないだった. I have a card for this one. 出来損ない. So, あいつは, I forgot that in my card, so I'm going to add that. あいつは him, that guy. ウーゴと違って出来損ないだった. So, good for nothing. Ah, okay. So, 目指したものができないで欠陥があったり相違があったりすること、またそのもの. So, unable to do the thing that's aimed for, having faults, being different, or something of that nature. So basically being human. 出来損ないだった. I think I'm going to use the same image. There's no sense in getting his head cocked to the side instead of looking forward. So I'm going to add it today. Copy this. Go back here. Paste. There we go. Done. リカルドもウーゴもこの私、アウレオルス・ロレンツォ・ベリーが生んだものだ。生んだものだ。So, Ricardo, Hugo, and me, I who am Aureolus Lorenzo Berry, I birthed them. They're those I birthed. つまらん女が this trifling woman. エイラが私からウーを奪った。Ayla, wait, つまらん女. Yeah, Ayla. So Ayla, whoever that is, I think that's Fiona's mom. This trifling woman, Ayla, stole Hugo away from me. つまらん女がエイラが私からウーゴを奪った. I mean, ubao means to steal. It's a pretty basic word. I don't think I'll make a card for it. And tsumaranai, I guess we could do tsumaranai. I don't know. This crummy woman. I don't know. Frivolous, ho-hum, insignificant, lowly woman. Yeah, lowly, I guess. Tsumaranai is also pretty basic. I think I'll skip that one. So basically, Ayla took Hugo from him. Maybe by getting married to him? I don't know. But that's all the cards, that's all the images we have for right now. So I'm going to put these into the viewed folder and keep going and getting cards. Or getting screenshot images. There we go. Oh. Oh, let me check the chat room. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, Team Killer, you're still here. Thank you. You keep me going, buddy. You really do. I don't know how often this updates, but I like to keep this up here. Steve. Alright, so let's figure out where we were. Sorry, I should do a save state here. Huh. How would I do that? Alright. Change into my favorite outfit. Alright, so we'll get to the screen where we left off, and then I'll do okay. Yeah, we left off with this really sad scene here where she gets caught in the conveyor belt. So really, we've just got these last two pages. So, yeah, should I take a screenshot or a save state? I will. Save state, slot 3. I don't know. Slot 9. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to take screenshots now. So that's what happened to Fiona last time, and now Lorenzo got it. So no subtitles, but we got a key.
Come to me, Fiona. Come to me, Fiona.
Yeah, again, it was the oide, which means come. Since we already have a card like that, we'll probably not make a card again with the same word.
The great Orioles Belli once said, "The most valuable thing in this world is the great truth." Human beings, human life, they are not capable of grasping this truth. We cannot merely sit idle and await the future. We must dedicate our lives to the realization of the truth. Fiona. No. My Azoth. Come to me. Come to me.
Okay, there was a decent amount of text in that one. So we can definitely make some cards, or edit some cards that I've already made.
is the essence of life. We alchemists have the ability to convert it into power. We can live forever. Your Azoth, Fiona, belongs to me. Come to me, Fiona. I will now extract the Azoth latent in you, in order to realize the everlasting life of Oriola's belly.
Right, there was a good amount of text in there too. No text there.
Effort is for naught. How long do you plan to keep this up? Let's finish this, Fiona.
I'm not sure how much we'll get out of that one, card-wise. You can see she changed clothes there from the cowgirl outfit to the default outfit and back again. Alright, let's just finish these up. Oh no. Okay, so these are the endings, I think. Oh, spoiler alert.
Thanks, Huey.
Jeez. Huey calmed her down. Irashaimase.
Huey,
Huey did? Oh. And he's trimming the bushes, which is Sente Suru, which is the first card that I came upon when, or the first new word I came upon when playing this game. When you first walk up to the tree outside, it says that the tree is well pruned. It's a pretty cool wide shot of outside. Alright, ending number 2. I don't think this one goes as well. Or maybe it does.
thanks, Huey.
There's some ghosting. I don't know if it's called ghosting or what. Some artifacts around the castle. I don't know if you can see that. But it's not in the stream, it's the game.
Come on, boy.
Okay. She definitely does not walk like that.
Wait up, boy.
In the game. I mean, in the gameplay. Mate. So wait up, boy. Okay, so... this is the bad one. Let's do this one first. And then possibly another good one.
Ah, you're up. Fiona, I've decided you shall give birth to me. Don't worry. I do not intend to kill you. If you would just lend me your womb.
What?
I shall be born again. This time with your Azoth.
Oh, they don't keep her costume for this scene. It's as the statue was, the wooden statue in the music room was depicting her pregnant, sitting down. And now she's laughing maniacally in an empty room, just a chair. It's very Japanese ending. Just that laugh. Alright, let's hope this one's better. This one she's leaving at night instead of in the
Thanks,
daytime.
Huey.
Thanks, Huey. Oh no! Well, technical difficulties. Alright, well, you're watching live now. Yeah, if it's midnight when this starts, you wouldn't be able to watch live. But anyway, thank you for watching live now. So. Alright. I don't think there was going to be any more text in that last movie. So I'm going to go ahead and convert these. Batch conversion, rename. Sending them to the 1440p folder. Select them all. Start. So we got 86 images. So yeah, if you're still here, Team Killer, we can chat. I really do appreciate you watching like you do. Yeah, even if you're not really here watching live, if it looks like you're watching live to me, that's good enough. Because I'll think you're here, even though you're probably sleeping. So it's not that you don't understand English. Your English is just fine, it looks like. It's just that you were not actually watching live, you were just showing up that way. If you are here and you'd like to say something, please feel free. Alright, we're done with the batch. We'll delete these because I'm sure they're taking up a lot of space. 1.4 gigs. Let's reclaim that right now. Boom. Saあ、Fiona. Well, Fiona, こっちにおいで. Come here. Alright, so we don't need those for cards. 偉大なるアウレウルスベリはこう言った。 And I think we already have an E-die card. So that's really the only difficult word here. Yeah, we have one here. I don't think we have an E-die. The Great, it basically means the Great. I don't think I'll make a card. Idai naru Aureolus Belli. Aureolus Belli said the following. この世で最も価値のあるもの。それは大いなる真理であること。であると。Ah, so he said that in this world the thing of most value is the great truth. Let's see if I have that. 大いなる. So I've already got a card with Oinaru. Alright, well. Let's just make a big old card with all of these, because I don't have any of these. So, let me check the chat room real quick. Oh, not there. Okay. Idai naru Aureolus. Equal sign. That's interesting. Ready. What? Koita. Oops. Koita. And then I guess it would be a colon. Well, I'll just put a period. Kono yo de motomo. So in this world, the most kachi no aru, thing of value, sorewa, that is, oinaru, shinri de aru to, shinri, there we go. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of that sentence. Let's get the reading. 偉大なるアレオルスベリはこういったこの世で最も価値のあるもの、それは大いなる真理である。So let's do 真理. Because I think there are a few synonyms that may get mixed up in here, like truth, veritas. Wasn't there a word in this game, veritas? Ah, I think it was the name of one of the movies in the movie gallery. Alright, so let's do truth, veritas. Veritas is Latin, I guess. Latingo. That's what it says. Alright. 正しい通り。誰も否定することのできない。普遍的で妥当性のある法律や事実。事実 yeah. A truth or a fact or law that is appropriate and 普遍的. I'm not sure what that is. 普遍。すべてのものに共通している様。Something common to all things. すべてのものに当てはまる様。So something that can apply to everything. So it is true 道理 like logic. 物事がそうあるべき筋道、断りわけ。Reason, okay. Yeah. So a true reason. Anyone and no one can deny. So a true reasoning that no one can deny, something that applies universally, a law or fact that applies universally. Alright, let's do it. 否定することができない。普遍的。いや。で、妥当性のある。So 妥当性 is appropriateness, I believe. Let me make sure of that. 妥当性。実情などによく当てはまり、適切である性質。So the actual situation, it applies well to the actual situation, is appropriate, or having the quality of being appropriate. Datose no aru. Soku, rule, yeah, jijitsu. I'll add the readings for that just because I stuttered a bit on that one. Soku. Yeah, jijitsu. Alright, jijitsu I don't need a reading for. Dori. I'll do one for this. Dori. Okay. Shinri, truths. Okay, image time. This is good. How about this one? Ooh, I like that shadow here. Yeah. Nice, good image. Can go all the way over to the stairs. Man, look at that widescreen goodness. Oh yeah, and if we get big enough, we can put her right in the middle. Slightly to the right, because she's looking over here. I want to give her some space where she's looking. A little bit higher here. Yeah. Look at that. Oinaru. That idaina. That great widescreen shot. The last digits are 3251. Save that. Oh, I almost added it to the wrong one. Let's do it here. 3251. Alright. Yeah. It might be nice in certain cases for making cards for mobile devices to have the images that small, but I hope that the mobile Anki can resize like that. Okay, and I'm going to take a short break, and I will be back. Okay. I'm back. I want to see if there's any new viewers or... Yeah, Team Killer, it always says you're here even if you're not. I don't know, but I'm not complaining because it's motivation for me, artificial as it may be. Alright, so let's finish up these 86 images, 76 now, and get on with the gameplay. So far we haven't had much gameplay, have we? It's all been watching movies and making cards. 人は人の命は people, people's lives. その真理の運び手に過ぎない. They are nothing more than bearers of the truth. 我々は無意に生きているのではない. We are not living purposelessly. 真理を具現化するために生かされているのだと. We are brought to life to make concrete the truth. ヨナ、いや、私がアゾートよ。我がアゾートよ。So Fiona, no, my Azov. こっちへ来るがいい. So it's good if you come here. Basically, come here. So she is reduced to being his Azoth, not anyone worthy of a name like Fiona. She is nothing more than his Azoth. So you can kiss my Azoth. You think I'm just your Azoth. Alright, let's make, sorry, got carried away. Alright, I don't think I have a card for this one. Let me make sure that I didn't fragment the card. Okay. Nope. Okay, need to make a card. 人。人の命はその真理 not psychology. Truth, yes, truth. の運び手に過ぎない. Let's get the readings. Back to the close so we can close one out. 運び手. 運び手? I think it's 運び手. に過ぎない. Future proof that card with a 3-character hint. And let's look this up. 運び手. Bearer. Katsugi. 人押し? かごかぎ. Oh, these are just synonyms. Bearer. 運び手. Unhannin? Sherpa. Porter. Okay. Unpannin. 人や物を運び移すこと。People. So moving. Basically moving people or things. Unso. Also moving things. 物品を運び移すこと。人や物を運び移すこと。So, 人や物を運び移す人。Yeah, I'll just put しなもの. Because this hito, you know, they had the definition Sherpa, and that may be where that comes from. So I don't want to get the definition too specific to the umpan. So for hakobi, yeah, and I need to put a different word here than hakobi, right? Bupping. So what's another way to say hakobu? 物を他の場所に移す. Right? 物品を他の場所に移す. How about that? 人. Yeah, how about that? That sounds good. So they are nothing more people, their lives, they are nothing more than bearers of that truth. Yeah, there we go. Get this 偉大なる image with the pillars that make it seem that much more worthy of our attention. Is that center? I don't know. That looks alright. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, why not? Save that. 3308. Yeah, I should probably resize these to be truthful, but ah well. You can always resize later. Can't resize up later, but you can always resize down. So as tablets and whatnot get higher and higher pixel densities, these images may not actually be so big one day. So maybe I'll just leave them big. Alright. Next. Fiona, or no, my Azoth. Come here. You rude person, you. Oto-san? Father? Ah, Fiona. Itoshi Azoto. My lovely Azoth. Fiona, my lovely Azoth. Itoshi, I have a card, so that's why I'm not going to make one right now. Itoshi. Azoto, tamaranaku, Itoshi. This isn't a very good example sentence either, is it? But neither is this. It's basically saying, oh, this Azoth is so beloved. Itoshi. Itoshi Azoto. So it doesn't really matter what order you put the words. It's pretty much the same as that. Tamaranaku means, I can't stand it. It's so lovely. Yeah, no. Kore. No. What is this? Azoto wa seimei da. Wareware alchemist wa sore o chikara ni kaeru koto ga dekiru. So the Azoth is life. We alchemists can change it into chikara, strength, power. We change it into power. So now it's revealing what Azoth is, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a card for this because otherwise I might know what Azoth was. Okay. If I did have a card, I would feel bad for not knowing it. Azoto. What? 生命だ。我々アルケミストはそれを力に変えることができる。Not a question, an exclamation. Alright, so Azoth is life. We alchemists can change it into power. Seime. I don't know if I have a Seime card, but I already typed this out, so I'm making one over again. Seime. 生物を無生物でなく生物として存在させる本源。本源。The main source that makes something exist as a living thing, an organic being rather than an inorganic, inanimate object. I'm not really sure how to translate that into English. But it's like the basic resource. Omoto, the big source. Minamoto, the source. Again. 根源 sorry. 物事の生じたそもそもの始まり the beginning, the very beginning, from the start, the thing that is the beginning of the birth of things. 本源 根源 so 本源 is pretty much kongen, the root of things. Omoto. Alright, yeah, Omoto is probably good. Konpon, basis. 物事の根本にあたる最も大切な事柄 the thing that is most important to the root of a thing. Alright. So, Seime. Pretty sure that's life. Life. Rather than try futilely to copy that and paste it, I'll just type it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So we'll use that one. And subtitles, so we can get more boob action. And I don't know. How's that look? Too much over here? How about that? Yeah, alright. 3405. Save that, add it here. There it is. So even if this is pretty repetitive, if I have another card with that, it is telling me what Azoth is, so I won't forget that. And then I'll know what alchemists do with it. Okay. Oh, any questions? Oh, there's someone here. Thank you. Alright. Oh, man, I hope I didn't leave you hanging there. Are you still here? Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Alright. So let me read your question. Question, when do you do close deletion cards? Do you make yourself write up when you do close deletion cards, do you make yourself write out the kanji? If you don't write out the kanji, then it's possible you can't produce them and have just memorized the readings. Doesn't this basically make it the same as a recognition read and produce readings card then? Oh, well, that's a good question. You can use these for writing if you'd like. As of right now, I don't make myself write them out by hand, and it isn't quite the same as a recognition card, I don't believe, because a recognition card would be like, let's see, recognition card would be like, okay, この地上におけるすべての生命は星々の瞬き. And I would see this and I would just have to recognize that that is mabataki. So that would be a recognition reading card. I think that's what you mean. Read and produce readings. Yeah. So then I might have an answer field or a text box where I type mabataki. Mabataki. So I could do that. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I see what you're saying. Because to type mabataki, you have to type the reading, but when you look at the card, you don't even see this. You just see two dots. So you may have missed the video where I showed you my cards. I hope you're still here. Okay, I was adding song lyrics before I noticed some words had weird kanji. I could produce the readings easy for the closed text, but I couldn't write the kanji. Yeah, and that's fine if you want to quiz yourself. Let me show you my cards first. So here, let's do a preview of this. Preview. So here's what my card looks like, and let me. I don't know if you've watched the other videos, but I don't have any commonly recognizable English. I have this English meaning link that I can click on that says show eng meaning, which is just the name of the field. So basically what I get is if I have an image, the image will show up here. Let me actually find a card with an image. So here's a card with an image. So we'll preview this and see. So we got the image for some context, and then we get the expression here. So this is the closed deletion here. So there's no come up with the reading for the answer that's already in here where you can see it. All you see here is a hyphen, which indicates, in my case, that's what I used to mean 5 characters of an answer. So, 母親が赤ちゃんを抱いている。顔が赤く. And see, I get no hint as to what's in here except the Japanese definition, and maybe even then the English definition. But I have to click on that to see that. So, 顔が赤く, so 5 characters. So I have to come up with, I think it was, no, let's see. 下地の見えないように隙間なく塗る. So to paint something with no gaps, so that you can't see what's underneath. So that is 塗りつぶしてある. And sorry, the preview doesn't have the text box to type, but basically I have to type 塗りつぶしてある. And not only am I knowing the reading of that, but I have to know that that's 5 characters, and I have to totally come up with 塗りつぶす. There's no nudu kanji. Well, here's the nudu kanji, but I didn't include a reading here like I did here because I didn't want to give it away. And then tsubusu, it's not the tsubusu kanji, and then coming up with the reading. So yeah, if it looked like this from the start, nuri tsubushite aru, and I just had to type in nuri tsubushite, then I could see what you're saying about it being just a read and recognize card. But because it has like a hint here of just how many characters it is, this means it's 2 characters instead of 5. So for example, 土星を意味するサトゥルヌスの印が彫られた something something no kagi, and these 2 characters mean 鉛で作られていること, so it means it's made of lead. So I have to think of, how do I say lead, made of lead, and then I think, oh, ense. And if I needed the English, I could click here, made of lead. But again, not, again, maybe if you haven't seen the video, but I made this in my own font so that my eyes don't go right to it and kind of give away the answer. So that, to me, the fact that it's just dots and there's nothing to give you a hint other than the Japanese definition, it simulates to me a real life situation where in conversation you want to say something in Japanese and you might know, okay, it means made of lead. How do I say that again? Oh yeah, ensei. Except in real life, you don't get the hint of how many characters it's going to turn out to be. So in that case, it's a little bit easier than real life. But if I had no limit for the number of characters it could be, it could be anything. And I want to narrow it down as much as possible to key your brain into finding those specific words that you want to come up with. So I hope that answered your question. So what's the point of having it as a close is what I thought. I might as well just have the kanji on the front if I'm going to mentally answer with the reading every time. But see, if you have the kanji on the front, it's kind of giving you a hint. So let's see. I want to make sure you're still with me. Still here? Okay. All right. So let's say, so if I had the kanji on the front for this one, ensei. So let's say that was the close and also my hint. And then we preview this. Then it would look like this. So, 土星を意味するサトゥルヌスの印が彫られた. Sorry, I probably don't need to read it again. Ensei no kagi. And you would see just these weird, complicated characters here, and you'd have to just answer ensei in kana. So that would be giving away the answer. But see, what I'm doing is all you're getting is 2 character hints. So there's 1 period, 2 periods. And that's all you get. I don't know what I just did, but yeah. See, all you get is these dots. So you're not generating readings for the dots. You have to come up with the reading and then select the right kanji. So it's sort of just to simulate speaking. And if you can see the kanji in your head while you're speaking, great. But it's basically just coming up with the word. Out of nothing, really, other than how many characters it is. So, okay, well, I'll give you an example. I made, okay, now I don't know how you do your hints, but if it's the way I do it, this would mean it's a 3-character answer. Ni kakenukeru kono iki-sama? Answer is, I don't even know how to read that. I don't and can't produce whatever that is to save my life. But whenever I see the card, I will easily type in Shosha because I know the song. Oh, okay. Shosha ni kake nukeru kono iki-sama. All my closes. Okay, I see. So all your closes have no hints as to what length they are. I see what you're saying. So in that case, if you want to practice the writing of the kanji, you could just make yourself write it and then judge you on that. And you can do that with my cards too. Say you'd, here, let me show you. Since I have video, I can show you my boogie board. So what I would do is I'd get the card and then I'd take out my boogie board. I don't know if you can see this, but it's just an electronic writing board. Here, and you can see I've got some kanji on there already. And basically, you just take the pen out, and then you write on here. Okay, ensei. I doubt I'm going to get this right, but there's the kanehen, then hachi, gashira, and then kuchi, and then sei. Oh man, I think there's a koromo on the top, and then like a cow with the belt, and then rito or rishinto, I think that's called. I don't know what that one is called. So then I would write it, and then check the answer. And I totally got the top and the bottom mixed up. So see, I wrote this, the koromo, up top when the koromo should be at the bottom. So I would mark that wrong. But that's how I would do the card if I was testing my writing ability. So yeah, you can either use it for reading or writing. It's up to you. But you need something like this, or just a piece of paper and a pencil to quiz yourself on the kanji if your goal is to write kanji. So let's see. All right, does that help at all? Let's see. Are you still here? All right. So does that help? Like that's how I would use my cards for testing writing. At the moment, I personally just use them to practice reading, if you would call it reading. But you're coming up with the reading in your head, so it's not like how to read this kanji. It's what is this word out of the nebulous cloud of your mind. Just come up with that word based on the hint, which is the Japanese meaning. So let me see. I want to make sure I answered you. Yeah, so the point of having it as a close is to quiz yourself on either the writing or how to say it. I wouldn't call it the reading, but yeah, quiz yourself on how to say it, which is basically how you speak in Japanese, is saying things, you know. And if you don't know how to say words, then it's hard to speak Japanese. So either practice coming up with the words or writing them is what I would recommend. But I see what you're saying. You can type the reading just as easily in a text box, but yeah, it's just up to you. You're judging yourself on how well you know whatever it is that you want to learn. So if you know you wrote it correctly or you didn't write it correctly, you would just mark yourself a 1 on that one, or whatever it is according to your level. So, but that's a good question. Thank you. If I did or did not answer that, either way, I would, if you could comment there. Oh, okay. All right, great. Okay. So if there's anything unclear, please keep asking, because that's what I was hoping for these study sessions, is that you guys would have questions and I could let you know the way I personally do it. But again, I'm not an absolute authority on this, but I can just show you how I would do my cards in that case. But yeah, I always wanted to do song lyrics, just to know the song lyrics for karaoke or karaoke. I don't know what the least pretentious way of saying that is, but yeah, it would be cool to just know the next word or the previous word in a song lyric, and I think that's a good card just for doing that. So those might be good cards just for practicing your karaoke skills, because especially the first line, the first word in a line is always the one that you kind of know what it's going to be, but you don't know, and then when the singer says it, you kind of catch up with them and they're like, oh yeah, that was that word, now we're on this line, and then you can sing the rest of the line perfectly. It's just knowing what that first word of the next lyric is going to be. So I mean, those are good cards in their own way. But yeah, that's a complicated kanji there. I don't know that one. So anyway, let's see. I guess I'll just keep going with the cards until you have another question. I will try to keep this chat window open so that I can see your questions. Alright. So, I mean, maybe I should just do a study session. Why don't we do that? So that you can see how I'm studying the cards. Maybe that would help. Because we can do these card making things all day, really. And you can watch my other videos to see that, but I haven't really done a whole lot of studying of the cards. So why don't we try that? Just real quick. Then you can see how it's not just reading. Excuse me. So we'll do a custom study session. And we'll do tag Demento added today. Alright, so we did 4 cards today so far. Alright, whoa, there's that big image. So here, let me change the font real quick. So that you can read it. So here we go. Okay. I'm gonna leave that one alone for now, just so I know how to change it back. But any question? Oh, okay. I don't either know that kanji, which is why I was questioning if making closes for vocab with unknown kanji is worth it, because it just turns into a memorize the reading exercise. I see. Basically the same as a recognition card in a lot of ways, but without the reading practice. Yeah, I mean, it's not, like you said, it could turn into memorize the reading, but see, the reading of the words is how it comes out of your mouth. So if you want to use that word in conversation, unless you're doing a letter exchange or a pen pal type of thing, you can just say how you would read it, and the other person's gonna know what you're talking about. Well, maybe in this shosha case, it may be such an obscure word that without a lot of context they may not know what you're talking about. But I think memorizing the reading, it's not really reading if you're saying it, but knowing how to say the word, I think, is very important. And writing it is also important, but you'd have to test yourself in separate ways, like I was showing you with the boogie board for the reading, or for the writing. Now for the reading, let me show you an example. So we got the image here from the game. The image back here is just my template for the cards, and it's definitely not tall enough to cover everything. So here's a line from the game that we just did. 人の命はその真理のsomethingに過ぎない. So this would be the reading, but really you're coming up with it yourself because there's nothing there to read. You're just, all you know is 物品を他の場所に移す人. So a person that moves to another place, things. So 運びて. So there's the reading. Now, I admit that choosing the correct kanji is not the most difficult thing in the world. And again, coming up with a kanji like this is much less difficult than writing. And if you want to practice writing, get a piece of paper and a pencil and practice writing, and then quiz yourself that way. And you can take out this text box from the card template. But for me, the most difficult part is just thinking of how do you even say that word that means a person that carries something to another place. And for me, coming up with hakobite from nothing is good practice, just for increasing active vocabulary. And then, in my experience, if I can come up with hakobite just from 3 dots, if I see this word, I'll have seen it so many times before and struggled with it and coming up with it myself that I'll know how to read it. So in a way, for me, it kind of covers the reading as well as the production. And but yeah, writing is a whole different beast, and you have to practice that with pen and paper. So let's I don't know if I want to grade myself on this one yet, but let's do another one, just one more, just to practice. So she's looking at the dude, Ricardo, or Aureolus. So Azoto wa something da. So Azoth is something. 我々はアルケミストはそれを力に変えることができる. So we alchemists can change that into power. So 生物を無生物ではなく生物として存在させる本源, which means 大元. 本源 does anyway. So yeah, if I was unable to understand that this meant the basic thing that gives life to living things as opposed to non-living things. If I was not able to read that from the Japanese definition, I could show the English meaning, and that would be life. And then I could type in, which isn't reading anything, it's just knowing how to say the word, which is seimei. So, and then it will check for me. And I just like to type it just have that concrete visual confirmation that I got it. And I'm going to be a little bit anal retentive here, and I just like my comments to look like that. So, all right. So I hope that'll clear something up about these. But all right. Yeah, that one's easy. All right, let's just do the other two. Ricardo no yatsu ni hidoi me ni. Now see here, I've got a hint that I know the reading for the second character is me. Just because if it was just 4 dots, there may be several other words that I'm not thinking of right now that could fit that description and would also mean yokunai koto o taiken suru, to come into to experience a misfortunate thing. Nangi, kurou suru, so, or to suffer. So that, I mean, the ni, you might consider, I don't know, cheating, but that's how I narrow it down sometimes when there's particles in the middle of an expression. So that one's easy. Let me see if you have any questions. Okay. You still here? All right. Well, thank you for sticking with me, and yeah, please let me know if there's anything that's still unclear, or if this makes sense to you now, or anything. So, idai naru, I'm just going to do this last card, and then I'll probably be done for the night. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes. So, idai naru Aureolus belli wa koita. So, the great Aureolus belli said thus: Kono you de motomo kachi no aru mono. The thing in this world worth the most, sore wa ui naru something something de aru to. He said that it is the great Tadashi Dori, so the great correct reasoning. 誰も否定することのできない普遍的で妥当性のある法則や事実. So the truth or law that has appropriateness and universality. I think universality is a word that universally applies. And something that no one can deny. So truth, basically. And that was Shinri. Alright. Okay, so that's basically how that went. Now, I hope that made sense. But if you, I don't know, I think you joined midway, but if you had made the cards with us in the first part of the session, you might see how coming up with those answers just by reading the Japanese definition, it requires you to think about the Japanese definitions and really assimilate their meaning in your mind in Japanese first before you come up with how to read or say them, as I would say. But yeah, I understand your concern. And I hope that the difference between memorizing the reading and coming up with how to say it, the difference between those two things is clearer. But if not, feel free to ask again or send me a message later after you think about it more. But anyway, this is just one way of doing cards. This is just the way I do it. I could show you how my kanji cards are laid out. That way you could see how I practice one kanji at a time. So, yeah, we'll take this one for example, the kanji for month. We'll do a preview. So, for my kanji cards, I don't have any formatting right now, but basically it gives you the readings of the kanji and then the different possible meanings of that kanji. So it's much different than Heisig. Heisig just has this one word. I even use 2 words for my keywords in English, but these are only after I show the hint. But basically I see that it could be whatever it's asking for. It could be tsuki, could be getsu, could be gatsu, and tentai no hitotsu, one of the heavenly bodies, tsuki, which is moon, and yoseki de, I think that's the solar calendar, 1年を12分した期間、1期間? Alright, I don't know how to read that, but one period of the year divided into 12. Inseki de, I think that's inseki, I don't know. But the lunar calendar, de tsuki no, oh man, and here I put the answer in the definition. So I need to fix this actually. Tsuki no michikake no hito meguri. So the moon becoming full, one round of the moon becoming full. Yaku 30日間, about 30 days. Tsukigoto. Things of a moon, or wait, Tsukigoto? Tsukigoto. I don't really know what that means, but from the information here, I know what the answer is, and then I would write on my boogie board here. You know, I'd write the answer, and then I'd show the answer, and then on the answer side it has the stroke order font that shows me how to write it, and then it's got my Heisig story from remembering the kanji. So, and I have in all caps the keywords in the keyword, and then the primitives, or something that resembles the primitives. There's the primitive for day I have with asterisks. I've got the Heisig number, the Onin kunyomi, and then sample vocabulary. So that's how I practice individual words, but yeah, it's nice to practice them together in sets like you did with the song lyrics. So alright, so you guys are both here. That's great. Is there anything you would like me to show you before I go? I'll finish up these cards next time. We've done them, I don't know, 34 of them or so out of 86 images, not necessarily cards, but I'll finish those up tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. California time. I don't know. Okay, yeah, great. I mean, it's great to have you here, and I hope you can join me next time, or whenever you're able to join. I hope to be on consistently enough at the same time that if you're interested, you'll always know when and where to find me, and we can, I don't know, study together, kind of. So, and if you have any material you'd like me to go over from games, you know, just send me your deck and I'll open it up and take a look at it. So any studying is good studying, if it's Japanese and video game related, in my opinion. So yeah, and even if it's not video game related, I'm sure Twitch isn't going to kick me off if I do one episode that's about something else. So thank you, King My Sticks, for joining me, and it's been a pleasure. So I hope to see you next time, and feel free to send me a message on Twitch if you just want to say hi or have anything to say. So all right, see you.